Hello folks, today we are taking a look at a quirky game, Happy Pigs, brought to you by Yellow, and these are the designers here. A very light-hearted economy game, which I am very fond of at the moment. Now today it's more of an overview video. I'll go through the rules in general, but I hope I won't miss a few. And you are essentially pig farmers trying to raise these little piggies. You see you got the piglets here, you got some small pigs, then you head over to the average pigs and the large pigs. On either side you can see they haven't been vaccinated yet, and then you can turn them over to show that they've been vaccinated, and they kind of need to be vaccinated before each season is over. So you're going to go through the 4 seasons starting with spring, and if they haven't been vaccinated at the end of the season, you're going to lose your piggies. So how does this game work? You start off with one field, you got some money, and you've got these 4 actions, and I'll go through what these do in a second. The very first thing you do though is you are allowed to buy 5 things from the market. So you can either buy fields at the top here. Your first field's free, second one 10, then 15, 20, 25, 30 and so on. You can also see the piglets, how much they cost, $3, working your way up 6, 10 and 15. And you can also buy some resources. You got these vaccines which are $1. They help your pigs turn them over from one side to the other so they can survive the season. The middle one there is, I can't remember the exact name, but it's basically one of these tokens, an amulet or something, an amulet which lets you increase the size of your pig when they are mating. And the third and final one is extra feed, so you can skip, for example, when you feed them, rather than going from a piglet to a small pig, you can skip straight to the next size. And that's kind of the same as what this does as well. Rather than mating just a piglet, you're going to be getting a small pig. So that's pretty much everything you can buy from the market, and those are the prices you sell when you come to sell your pigs. So the actions, I'll go through those now then. So if you decide to choose this one, you're going to be mating. Now every big or average pig, so the top 2, they can mate, and you don't need to have 2 of them. It's each individual pig will mate. The next action we've got is you can sell your pigs to the market for the prices we went through. You can buy things from the market, and you can feed your pigs. Now these are all going to be secret, and when you choose one, your opponents are going to do the same, and then you're going to reveal them. Now this matters because each season has a slight variance. So at the beginning we reveal the first of 4 in the first season, and you can see here that the description at the bottom will come into play at the end. So the player with the most small pigs will get 3 vaccines. In the case of a tie, you get 3 as well. Now those numbers, more interestingly, determine how many of that action you can take. So if you're playing a 3-player game and all 3 of you decide to mate, then this number 9 divided by 3 means you're only going to get a maximum of 3 pigs you can mate. If you were the only person to choose that action, you get all 9. So that's what the numbers mean. Now on your field, you can fit as many pigs as you want. Let's get a few just to show you what we got. You can fit them any orientation, they can go next to each other, but if you run out of space, you can't store anymore, which is why you need to use this action here to go to market and buy an extra field. Let me just make some space, and then you can put more pigs on, which is crucial because as you go through the game, you're basically going to want to get these piglets. You're going to want to feed them up so they become bigger pigs, or you're going to want to have some of these larger pigs to mate. You're going to get more pigs. You then want to sell them at the market and hopefully get enough of these vaccines, these ones here, which are $1 a pop. You can feed them up and you can get those amulets, because as you go through the seasons, there's various benefits. What we got here, so there's a sale, the price of fields is reduced to 3. That's very good. They're usually quite pricey. Season of love, and you can see that's the last in the spring. We then head into summer, you then head into autumn, and you got the remainder of winter. Now there is some variety, there's 6 of each, and you take 2 out to begin with of each of the seasons, and hopefully you got your pigs vaccinated because you don't want to be losing those bad boys. And that's pretty much the game. Now the winner is whoever has the most money, and taking a look at the money, You've got these nice little boards as well, so you're going to be getting into some high currency. If you do decide to play a 2-player game, when it comes to having these 4 action tokens, one player will have 2, one player will have just the 1, and they get to pick the kind of bonus player. And if it matches, say they both went for mating, then those 4 would pass over. So it's quite simple. You've literally just got these 4 actions, but it's a brain burner sometimes as to how you're going to outdo your opponent and which move you're going to make. And you're looking at these numbers and you're like, well, if they go for that one, I don't really want to share it with them. I want to try and get the best action and get the most out of it. It's interesting when you're going to sell these pigs. You got to make sure you're vaccinating, because if there's only 4 rounds and you've bought some pigs or you've fed them and you haven't quite managed to get here, or if you've got, say, 8 pigs on here and you've only got 1 more round left in autumn, in whichever season, and you know, and everyone else knows that you need to go to the market, and someone decides to share it with you, and in this case you'd only get, say, 4 or 5. So that's a point actually. If you're first player, you get the rounded up figure, so they'd get 5 and then the next player would get 4. You might not even be able to vaccinate all your piggies, so you have to get there in time. So there's a lot of strategy to that, and that's pretty much the game, folks. Happy pigs.